Hello everyone, in this video we will see that how we can create a registration page and a login page and how we can register a user in Laravel. So Laravel provides us two ways to do so. First one is that Laravel Auth. Using Laravel Auth we can run some commands in our terminal and we will get a register and login page by default by the Laravel, and we don't need to do much code, and we will easily be able to register the user without much code. So this is the first method, and the second one is we can use uh, MVC structure. We can design our custom pages, and we can use the MVC structure, that is model view controller structure. We can make model views and controller, and how this structure works we will see that. So we are going to use the first method, that is Laravel Auth. Using Laravel Auth we can use these commands: composer require Laravel UI and PHP artisan UI view auth. And there is one more command, that is npm install and npm run dev. We need to uh, run these three commands after we create our project. So after creating project we need to run these commands. Npm command helps us to create our JS and CSS pages automatically, and it will set all the CSS and JS in our login and register page, which will be provided by Laravel. So we will implement these three commands, and I have already created a project, that is cd Laravel auth. I need to run the command php artisan serve, and the server has started. Now I need to run the localhost, that is localhost 1000, and you can see that we have got our login page and our register page. Now we have got our login and register page. We need to enter the data of user and to register it and save this data into the database. For that we need to configure our Laravel application with our database. So for that thing we need to go into our folder, and we have to do changes in the .env file, that is environment configuration file. So we can do changes here in the database. We can set the database name. I have already created a database with name auth, so this is the database auth, and we can set the username and password. We also need to do some changes in the config inside database.php file, which is present inside config folder. So inside database.php we can also set our database name, username and password. So now we have created our database, but we also need to create some data tables so that we can store our users data into it. But if we are using Laravel auth and if we are using those commands, then we don't need to create data tables. There is a thing named migration in Laravel, which provides us some migrations, and that is, these are the migrations, and we need not to create any data table. Migrations will automatically create those data tables for us so that we can store our users data into them. So for that you just need to run the command php artisan migrate. So this command will automatically create a table named users inside our database. So when you will run this command, you will see that named a table which is named as users will automatically be created into our data table, into our database. So you can see that this table has already been created when I run that command. So now I can easily register, and now can log in. So let's say I am I am registering a user with name Shubham, and the email ID is shubham at the rate test.com. Password, I have to at least take 8 characters because it's a validation by default by Laravel. that I at least need 8 characters. So you can see that I have been registered successfully as a user Shubham. Now let's check this into the database. You can see that entry with name Shubham has all user name Shubham has been registered. So now you cannot access to the login page, you cannot access to the register page through route because you are already logged in. Because if you are already logged in, you cannot access the login page and register page. You just can access home page. But if you are logged out, then you can access login page and register page, but you cannot access home page. Because if user is not logged in, then there is no meaning that he can access home page. So this is the authentication all by default provided by Laravel. So that's why we use Laravel Auth, because if we use those commands and by using those commands we register and log in our user, we will get this authentication by default. So this was the first method that we can use for login and registration. And if we don't want to use this Laravel Auth, then we can make our custom pages, custom login and register pages, and can use the MVC structure. We can create models, views and controllers to register the user and then login. So I will close this one. I will open the another project which I have created, in which I have created the custom projects, custom pages of login and register. CD Laravel resto. Now I will start the server localhost. So you can see this is the page that this is the login page and this is the registration page that I have created. So uh, in this is the view page. So what is the view page? View page contains our HTML content, it contains our presentation logic. And when we submit this data goes in to the controller handles our business logic, handles our request, controller handles our post request and all these requests to validate our data and to handle that data. And from controller our data passes to the model. So this is the MVC structure that we follow in Laravel. So you can see that in both these login pages and login and registration pages, there is some thing that is header. This header is common in both the pages. Firstly we will see that in which page we create, in which folder we create our layout pages. So this is the view pages that we create in resources. Inside resources there is a view folder. Inside views we create our views pages. So in these views pages we have created a register page and we have created a login page. So we have also created a layout page which contains common HTML code, which is common for many pages like HTML, like login page and register page. This header is common and this footer is common. And for content we can set a directive. This is the directive template yield. And in register and login pages we have this is the content that is different for every page. That login content is different, register content is different, but the header and footer is same. So we have extend our layout. So layout contains our common code, and we have extended our layout in login page and also in the registration page. So we don't need to write our code again and again. So this code will be common in both the pages. So we have not written code for this header again and again. This code was common for both the pages. So we have designed our, now we have designed our view pages. We can how we can see them in browser, how we can access them in browser. For that we need to create routes. Now HTML has been created. Now how to access this in browser? For that we need to set that in web.php some routes. So these are the routes that we have set, that if route is register, go to register view page. If route is login, then go to login view page. So this is the route we have set. Now this is the view page. Now what if we enter the data and submit? Who will handle our data? So controller will handle the request, because you can see that in register.blade.php you can see the action register user and the method is post. And for this also we need to set the routes, that is route post. When the route is register user, then we want to go to resto controller at the rate register, that is, this is the controller name and this is the function name register user. Register user is going to handle the data. Now we need to make a controller first. So to make a controller we need to use this command php artisan make controller, and this is the controller name. So you will get this controller into your app folder. Inside app there is a http folder, and inside this there is controllers folder, and inside controllers there is resto controller. So this is the controller in which our data will be handled. So we have make a function that is register user. This will handle our data. This will handle our request. So when we will submit our form data, when we will click submit, the data will go to controller using those routes. So firstly we will validate our data. We have used both the front end validations and the back end validations. Front end validations, that is HTML validations, and here is Laravel validation using validate function. So once the data is validated, we need to send this data to database, and to store the data in data tables in database we need to create models. And for models we just need to use a command php artisan make model user. We can create these models and controllers by our own, but we can also use these commands also. So php artisan make model user will create a model user. Now a users why we are using name user, because it is representing our table users. So if we want to if we have created a table users in our database, so we need to make controller name user. That is, if a table name should be plural, and our model name should be singular. So that's why it's user. Once we have created the model, you will get that model in your app inside http, and then here is your user.php. So this is the model. Now we need to import this model into our controller. So this is the resto controller in which we have imported our model. So now we have created an instance of the model. We have created an instance of the model, and we are sending all our data. That is, we are getting the data from request parameter. Request input is providing all the data of our form, and this data is getting stored in our user name email. So this user name is the representing the data table columns. So you can also see that we are passing the password as an encrypted form. For because we cannot directly save the passwords, which for the authenticity, for the security reasons, we should save it in the encrypted form. So that's why for that we have used crypt class, and use the encrypt function of that class. So we are storing this data into our data table using the models. And if the user is registered successfully, data is saved successfully in database, you will get a flash session message, that is, user has been registered successfully. Why we are using flash sessions for providing notifications? Because these are the one time notifications, and flash sessions get expired once the page gets refreshed. So it is returning redirect registered, that is, we are returning back to a register page with that notification. And if we are getting any error, that email already exists, or if there is any validation error, so we will redirect with that to our page with that error message. So you can see that we that when we enter our data, for example, let's enter a data with name Hemant Singh. Hemant123 at the rate test.com. Password is, at least we need at least 6 characters as we have the validation. So you will see that I am entering 11 digits, so it will give me a error. The mobile must be 10 digits. So you can see that user has been registered successfully. So if I check this, if I check this, you will see that Hemant Singh has been registered successfully. So now, so what actually happened? So when I submitted the form data, so it goes to the routes. It actually check the action, that is register user, and then it goes to the resto controller, because at this route we have said that we want to go to the controller, we want to submit the data to the controller to the register user function. Now register user function is handling all the data, it's validating it and then sending it to the model instance, and model instance is sending data to the database, saving it into the database. So that's how we registered our user. Now if we want to, if we again try to register the user with the same ID, we will get here an error message. This email already exists, because it cannot be registered because this email we have already registered. So these are the validations we have used. So now if we try to log in Hemant, so you can see that we have been logged in successfully. Here we can see our username, and we can this is a demo restaurant application, so in which we can see the list of all the restaurants in which user can add the restaurant. Let's say it's an admin application, admin can use this application, this is for admin. Then he can see the list of all the restaurants and he can add the restaurants. If the user can do this thing only if he is logged in. If you can see we are logged in and we can easily access list and add. But if you are logged out once, you will not be able to see those list and add options, and you will not be able to uh, access the route list, and you will not be able to access the route add. You will be redirected again and again to the login user, because you have to log in first, only then you can uh, access the ad page and you can use the list. You cannot access list and ad routes without being logged in. So how this thing happened, how we how we use this authenticity, how we make this authentic, that an unauthorized user can should not be able to access those pages without being logged in. So for this we have used middleware, because Laravel Oath was doing this operation by its own, and but now uh, we have done this thing by using middleware. So for middleware we need to use a command for installing middleware, that is php artisan make middleware custom auth. You can also create by your own, but you can also use this command. Custom auth is a name of the middleware, you can use anything. So you will get your middleware inside the HTTP folder. This is the wait this is the middleware custom auth which I have made. So inside this middleware we have applied some conditions, if else conditions, which are helping us to authorize the user, which are helping us to maintain the authenticity, that if user is not authorized he should not be able to access those pages. So see, if path is login, that if user is trying to access the login route, and session is also there, session is also said that his user is logged in, that he should redirect it to the home page. Because if you are already logged in and you are trying to log in a path, that you will get redirected to the home page, because you cannot access login page. And if you are not login and session is also not set, that is user has been not logged in, then you will automatically redirected to the login page. So this is the condition that we have applied. Because if you are not logged in and you are trying to access the other pages, the application will tell you to log in first and then you can access any other page. So now if after you set the conditions, you need to register your middleware. To register your middleware, you need to go into the kernel.php file, and there are various type of middlewares, that is uh, global middlewares, then grouped middlewares, and then individual middlewares. I have put my middleware in the grouped middleware, that is and I have named it as custom auth. Now to apply, how to apply this middleware on the routes. To apply this middleware, we need to go into the web.php file. Inside web.php, you can see that this is the route, group, middleware, custom auth, and inside function we have set all our routes on which we want to apply our middleware. So this custom auth middleware is applied to all the routes. That means those conditions are applied to all these routes, so user will not able to access our home pages, our lists, our ad pages without being logged in. So he always need to be login first, then he can access those pages. So I hope this is clear, that how this registration and login is working. That and so we saw that we saw two ways that how we can use the how we can register a user and how we can log in. First, the first method was the Laravel auth, using which we use some commands, and we don't need to use do much code in that. And the second method is how we can create our custom pages, how we can use model views and controller. So we used the model view and controller. We created first the view pages, we used the layout, which was we common code, we used put the common code in our layout and used this that layout in the login page and in register page. So after login, we created routes for that view pages. After those creating view pages, we create routes for them. Then we applied controller, then we created controllers and then set routes for that. And when we submit our data, it is a post request. So controller handles our post request and data is submitted and then validated in controllers. And then from controller, we in controller we import our models, and from controller our data goes to the model and then saved successfully. So I hope this is clear how we have been registered successfully and we are also logged in. So there's one more mail ID that I registered before, so you can see that I can easily access these lists and these things, but I can access them through routes also. But once I am logged out, I am not once I am logged out, I am not able to access this thing. I will always be redirected to the login page. So thank you. This was all about login and registration page in Laravel. Thank you.